Hello. When you decide to become an agile team, what do you do first? Do you go for Scrum, Kanban, Less, Safe, or any other framework? My name is Devapam Sanyal and I am your personal coach. So, in the journey of agile team, what is that first thing that comes to your mind? Should be, how am I going to become agile? Right? If that is the case, how do you proceed? I'm sure most of the time you come across either the framework to become agile, right? You ponder on the question that how do I become an agile team? How do I form an agile team? And then you probably come across Scrum or Kanban or Safe. And let me tell you one thing from my experience, Scrum is really good. It's not bad, right? But is this the best option? Is this the best option that you have? Well, let us go a bit back and spend more time on the question on how do I form an agile team rather than finding the solution. Let's begin. So let's ponder on the question, why are you not agile? Do you not value individual interaction over process and tools? Well, if not, then focus on people. Let them come in front. Hear them. Let them explore, experiment, and respect them for their views. And most important, value them. Do you not respond to change and rather follow a rigid plan? Add flexibility then. You're lacking that. Prepare your system in such a way that allows you to have quick feedback and respond. If things do not go well, course correct. Remember, planning is important. Plans are useless. Feedback is such a strong mechanism to course correct. There should be a feedback loop everywhere possible. You need not to have a ceremony or an event to have feedback. Feedback should be everywhere in your communication. How about negotiation over collaboration? If you are not collaborating, then start doing it. If you're in physical space, come together, work together, and start collaborating. If you are in virtual space, there are so many collaboration tools available now like Mural, Miro, and so many others. Use them to collaborate. If you are spending so much time on comprehensive documentation and focusing less on the working software, then make your priority right. You have a problem at hand. Try to focus more on your working software. What value are you delivering rather than piling up documentation. So what we discussed 4 values of Agile. That is it. Now these 4 values of Agile actually makes you Agile. You don't really need a framework like Scrum or Safe or a Kanban to be Agile. Now I'm not discounting the fact that these frameworks actually help you to be Agile, but it's not mandatory. It's not necessary to have a framework only to be an Agile team. To form an Agile team, you need to think like an Agile team. And the agility is just these values. When you start following these values, you actually start becoming Agile team. Agility is not about a framework. Those values, what did they represent? It says you value the item on the right, but you value the item on the left more. That means you value individual and interactions more than the processes and tools. It doesn't mean that you need not to follow any process and tools. It means you value individual and interactions more. There is no best framework for Agile. It's always the framework that fits you. it can be anywhere. Agility can be even in waterfall projects. It's all about how you start, what you do, what you think. You need to come out of your comfort zone. You need to change how you work. And that is what agility is all about. So remember, if you are starting with Agile, ensure to change how you think. What is your mindset? That's all it takes. Now, if you are starting, if you are in a very early phase and you don't really know where to start, I would suggest you to start small. In case if you want to really go for any framework like Scrum or Kanban, you are good to go. You can always go for those frameworks. Now, these frameworks actually help you with all these structures that are prescribed by these frameworks, right? Now, these frameworks would actually help you to attain those values. Now, if you don't have, and if you're in a very complex situation, you can actually start following Agile from scratch. For example, you can start initiating more conversation between people, individual and interaction over processes and tools. You can start responding to the changes, right? You can even start emphasizing on the working software rather than the comprehensive documentation. You can start over and talk to your customer, talk about the collaboration rather than the negotiation. So if you are planning to form an Agile team, be agile. That's what it's required. Ultimately, if you take any framework to work with, that will help you. However, it's all begins with how you think, what you do, and how you are going to. Thank you so much. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, and comment. If you want to know more about anything, please drop a comment below. Thank you so much for listening. See you soon.